new sisters, best friends, and all.
Good evening, good evening. Hope you had a wonderful day today. Figured today I have some time on my hand to do another video. This one here, I'm doing a comic review on Immortal Rising by Aaron C. Now, from what I skimmed through it, it was pretty well done. I enjoyed it. Characters are really well written, and the world is nicely detailed. I think my favorite part here, I like the little world map he did at the front. And I can see the heavy inclusion of Norse mythology with some of the names and wordings and the regions that he made for his map. So over here, let me see here. It's, from what I've read, the comic is nicely paced. The details in each page look very well done and detailed. So props to the artists on that one. And I like the little blend of fantasy and sci-fi elements that he incorporated into his first comic right here. Given here, we have the Elven Prince getting ready. Get some of his personality and some of his dialogue. With his other brother having his dialogue, showing off their character traits and differences between each of the brothers. We got our main pair here. Our main hero and heroine. Some banter between them, which is nice. Like the little technology that he's shown off with their ships that the elves use. And what I specifically like here is basically the interactions between these two characters and the two elven princes. Which is a nice contrast to show the different social classes of the world. Showing that they're not all the same carbon copy of each other, but they're different from each other. So over here, we got some banter between him and the prince. And where is they have it? Here's where the sci-fi elements come in. With the astral plane, looking like Yggdrasil, the world tree. Oh, we have a space blue skinned lady. Look like she can be one of the. She looked like an antagonist. So I'm hoping to see more of her in future issues. I think her is more of the sci-fi with her. We got a little dynamic. They're going to invade Terra. Oh. Yeah, I see some technology stuff in the background. So this is a highly advanced faction that he made. Let's see here. We got. Get closer to this. Let me see. Some construction on Terra. We got the king and his son. I do like this banner here with the white crescent sun in the background as the royal standard of the kingdom. I might have to incorporate that in my own world for a kingdom. That look like a nice, cool design for a banner. Oh, this page here, we got the invasion of the alien force, giving you some setup for the next issue with the invasion of Terra. Let's here to go get ambushed. Find that big giant boar. Boar attacks. Okay, look like here we got the girl gets taken out. Nice detail on the strike. The boar looks well designed. The girl gets taken out, but they use magic to take care of it. Okay, she's an empress. Okay, so she looks like she's the galactic empress of the sci-fi faction that's going to invade Terra. But she is just one of many in this faction because she has the master, the black figure in the background. So I wonder what he looks like. If we might see him later in future comics issues. Okay, so that's where they have the difference, where they go from their world to this new one. where he got transported to Terra. But like his, I'm not sure, significant other, his companion, maybe his friend got skewered by the boar, sorry. But looks like she's not going to make it. The blood looks nice, so at least I know displays of blood isn't your typical kid book, kid-friendly book. It's more young adult graphic novel, which I very much enjoy. I like a little bit of blood in my comics. At Elfheim, yep, I see the very clearly use of the Elven realm from Norse mythology. Got some more I don't say orcs, undead. Like some nice. Here's some nice combat scene with the other elf. And some more magic. Okay, guys, I'm back. Had to do a little something real quick. Where I were left off here, his friend got killed by the boar. We got the introduction of the paladin guy from the previous few pages. And we got a little bit of backstory on the world of Terra. So she's got taken out. And then we get her a burial. And that concludes this chapter. There's some sci-fi stuff at the end. Looks like these probably like the gods of the world. Knights of Beloquis. There's like a war between the gods. Got a light. Oh, there's some good art here. I like the arcane symbols inside the magical ring as he does his magic. Nicely well detailed. And you have your God of War guy here. He seemed like an elven God of War, from what I can look like from his design. And he goes off into the fray of fight. And I'm liking, look like it's not just Norse mythology he was inspired by, but looked like it's Hindu / Celtic mythology from the multiple armed deity that he summoned. Got some cool action scenes, some decapitation, graphic and grisly. Got some more lore and backstory to flesh out the world a bit more. Nice character design at the end here. I like his sword and his hammer design. Like a mage or mage / healer design. And I think that concludes this one. Yep. Okay, so overall, I very much enjoyed this comic. I would give it a solid. I would give it a solid 7.5 out of 10. I think my only few gripes for this one issue would be, I guess, the pacing felt a bit off a little bit at times. You know, the redhead girl in the beginning and the blonde-haired guy in the beginning seemed like our two protagonists. So I was kind of surprised that he killed her off in the first issue. But I guess he wanted to do that for more impact and character progression for her companion. But overall, I think this comic is very well done, very well written. The art design was on point, and much good than a few just as well as other indie comics that I looked at and purchased. So overall, that concludes my review for Immortal Rising. That concludes my review for Immortal Rising. I'm not sure if he also has the second issue done yet, but if there is, I would very recommend it. This one and future comic that he does. If you're a fan of fantasy and sci-fi, if a mix of mythology mixed in, this is the comic for you. So until then, that concludes this video. If you know any other indie comics you would like me to take a look at and give my thoughts on, feel free to leave that in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate it if you give it a like. And if you enjoy this type of content of mine, feel free to subscribe and give me your suggestions down below. So until then, that concludes this video. Have a nice one.